Well, all right. Great day, great day. Happy Saturday. This is April 29th. Can you believe it? My gosh, this time is going by so fast. It seemed like it was just the beginning of the year. But I am so super excited to say welcome, Quantum Field, to this amazing training that we're going to have today. And it's going to be amazing because you are here sharing this space and time with us. My name is Deborah Hartnett, and I tell you what, it has been a pleasure and a joy to be on this quantum field team. And particularly because, well, mainly because of the leadership, right? You know, leadership absolutely means everything. So I've got to start out and say thank you and give it up. We know they're down in Aruba having a ball, having a blast, right? But we want to say thank you so much to Steve and Gina Merritt and Onyx Cole. Oh my gosh, Onyx Cole. We're going to be talking more about their impact and what they've been able to do for and set up for Quantum Field, and particularly Onyx Cole with the tools that we have that are here to help you become successful in this business. And notice I said help because we're going to talk about our personal responsibility today in our success in our business as well. So again, thank you. And we cannot forget Mr. David Smith for being the brainchild, of inventing these incredible patches, the X39 and all the other ones that are literally changing lives. So we are ready to get started. Let me go ahead. I want to just take some time to share the screen here, but I do want to make sure I pull up my notes just to make sure that we are covering everything today as well. Definitely want to talk today from a focus of entrepreneurship, of you being a new entrepreneur. I know we're having record-breaking success. We got a lot of people that's coming into business, booming and growing. We're patching folk everywhere. And I'm telling you, this is just the beginning, right? And a lot of times when we have this momentum, we want to keep this momentum going, but we want to make sure that you are plugging in successfully to these tools. So absolutely, we want to make sure that you're doing that. And what we're going to talk about today is, like I said, from that perspective of you being a business owner, because we know we have a lot of people who may be new to business, and also you may be a business owner, and you may be new to the industry of direct sales or network marketing or MLM, or as some people call it, one of them things. But it is not. That's one of the first things we're going to talk about is understanding the industry that you have your hands on and the golden opportunities that are here within this industry. So first thing we want to talk about before we get into the meat of our slides and everything is want to make sure that you understand that you are an entrepreneur and what that means. First thing, we have to understand that there has to be a mindset shift, which is why I am super excited that we have implemented, that Quantum Field has implemented the Book of the Month Club. Now, mindset is everything. I like to say it's 99.9% of everything that we do, right? So understanding that as someone, if you've been used to, you've gone to school, you've gotten, the great education, you've gotten the great jobs, you've been successful, you've been leaders in your field, well, you have to understand that the way we are taught in this country, the way we're educated in college is how to work for someone, how to be the best employee. We don't really say oftentimes remember growing up, they say, what do you want to be? It's always some type of career. Usually some people would say, I want to own my business, what have you. More people are saying that today, of course, but it's the way that our schools were designed, and they were designed to teach us to be in line, to be able to work for someone, to have other people think for us in most cases, to be directed, to follow instructions, right? So now, fast forward to where you are today as a business owner in this industry of direct sales, but more importantly, a business owner, you have to understand that you got to see things differently. And one of those things is you have to be able to appreciate that this is yours. right? That's the first thing you have to understand. And in understanding that, you have to be able to make time for your business, right? So you got to understand, we know it's not going to happen overnight for you to shift your mindset, but getting back to reading the books of personal development, understanding what business owners think, how business owners think, what business owners do. These are important things that you have to be able to do to help shift your mindset, right? Also, it's the fact that you are when I say in this industry of direct sales, you want to make sure that before I get into that, let me just make sure I finish the fact of you committing to you and committing to your business and scheduling the time like you would. Many people have worked part-time jobs before, right? Or even with your full-time job, you have to schedule things, you have meetings, you have appointments there. Even if you maybe going to school, you're going back to get more education for whatever you're doing in your career, you had to take time and make time to schedule those things. The same thing applies here when we talk about having your own business. You literally got to schedule time for your business. Some of you guys now, I know this business is attracting the retirees because, woo, y'all, these patches are bringing life back to us, right? Giving us energy. So you want to be able to know that just because you're retired, right? People can't call you when you've got other plans for your business. They can't call you to have you to run them to the store. They can't call you to do things that you wouldn't be able to do if you were working physically at someone's job. So if you got to understand the importance of that, if you said that you're going to work your business 1 hour a day and it's going to be between 7 and 8, you've got to stick to that. You can't have anything to break that. And those are the things what I mean about committing to your business, understanding the importance of you are responsible for your business. We're going to go over all the tools that we have that the Quantum Field and Onyx Cole has laid out for us as well. But you are the one that's going to have to implement those tools, right? I mean, this is one of the best systems that I've seen. And we know everybody knows the acronym of system is save yourself time, energy, and money, right? So you've got to understand that we've got the tools here for you. Another thing you want to be able to do for you to be in business and understanding why it's important for you to think like a business owner, you've got to set some goals for yourself. When we talk about goals, what goals are you setting for yourself within this business? We want you to say, yeah, I want to go to manager right away, right? And we're going to go to those slides. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and share my screen here in a moment, but we're going to go to those slides and talk about what is that first position in this company, understanding this term might be new to you, but there are levels. If you work in a company, there's a supervisor, then you have the manager, then you have the regional manager. There are levels to everything. So the first level, the first position you want to think of is manager. What is your goal for obtaining that? Set a goal, you assess. You can assess where others are as far as what the time frame normally, what your requirements are, and then you can set your goal that's reasonable for yourself within your time frame. Now, we want to tell you it's a sense of urgency to do it because there's a reason for that. Why is the sense of urgency? Because you got to understand that just because Jeff, Mark, Kelly, and Stacy, guess what? Other people know Jeff, Mark, Kelly, and Stacy. And if you don't understand that if you are waiting to put them on your list, you're waiting to contact them because, I'll get to them about 4 weeks from now. It'll call. Guess what? Your neighbor down the street that you hadn't reached out to, guess what? His cousin is now getting into business, right? And so if you're delaying that, who do you think that person is going to enroll with? You or their cousin? So you've got to have a sense of urgency of getting to people before others. Now, this business that we are a part of, it is an incredible opportunity to help people. We know that there are different types of personalities here. We know that people are driven, as we say, dominant personalities. We know those people that love to help people. Generally, we use the fish acronyms, those whales that they love saving the world. Like we think of whales save the world. Those people that love to help people, those are the ones that, you have to understand, who they are. Those individuals, they will love this business because you literally are helping change people's lives. I mean, it is not a day that doesn't go by that I don't get a text, that I don't get a phone call, or I hear about somebody that's being helped from these patches, right? So you have an opportunity to help people. So if you're not a person that is money motivated, well, hopefully you understand that you have to have money. We all need it, right? But if you're not that person to understand that, hey, if I don't hurry up and get to this person, my neighbor, before his cousin enrolls, then you got to know that understanding, if you're that personality to love to help people, what are they going through? Like, I had no idea some of the people that I've introduced this to, some of the things that they were going through privately. God, I mean, it's incredible now to see that they're not experiencing those challenges or things are improving for them. That is an incredible experience. And by you not opening your mouth and not sharing that with others, this patch with other people, how many people are waiting on you to talk to them, right? So set your goals for yourself, understand that it's a sense of urgency in doing that, and know that, you want to be able to assess and have those goals and implement that game plan that's here. We're going to get to those twos here real quick here shortly. You want to know that you and only you, as I mentioned, of course, we know outside of God, nothing happens without him decreeing and declaring it. We understand that. But he's given us authority here to do what we do. And so no one else is responsible for your success than you, right? So that means the activity that goes into a business. If you purchase a McDonald's franchise, that's old. I'm not going to talk about McDonald's. You get, let's say, a Kava. I don't know if that's a franchise or not. Y'all don't know about Kava. Ooh, okay, but let's think of another one, Subway. That might be a little old too. But anyway, you get the picture, right? If you purchase a franchise like that, you're not going to sit and pay all this money and sit and not create the activity, not getting there and do what you need to do to make that business successful. This is the same thing here. You're not going to rely and say, oh, you're expecting somebody to come in there and open your doors for you. That's not going to happen. Same thing here. If you want to have the success in this business, y'all, the tools are here, but we have to be the ones to be responsible for it and to create the activity. Now, my other thing I want to talk about as far as being new to this industry or being new to entrepreneurship, you've got to understand network marketing. Oh, I said it. Is it a bad word to some people? Direct sales, MLM, multi-level marketing, one of those things? No, you got to understand to respect this industry. Did you see the pictures? Have you seen the videos from Steve and Gina? Have you seen the elaborate backyard, that beach that is their backyard? They came from network marketing. Have you heard of companies like Amway and I think, is it the Orlando Magic? You look at that big stadium there, Amway. Have you heard, do you understand that this industry alone has created more millionaires than any other industry out here? And if you're talking from a woman's perspective, there is no glass ceiling here. If you're talking from any type of ethnic group, there is no glass ceiling. It's all numbers. You put in the numbers, you put in the work, you talk to the people, you reach the levels. You've got to understand what you have your hands on in this industry of direct sales. One of the things that I appreciate about it is the growth opportunity. With 35 plus years of experience in this, I mean, I've been an entrepreneur 35 plus years in this industry for just as long. Yes, I have traditional businesses, but I understand what network marketing does, how you can be able to reach more people, how you can be able to help more people, and to help yourself residually. What other industry can you go in to create residual? First of all, to understand. Nobody, the way people understand, I don't care what you see on the internet today with all of the, social media, how all of that presence and all of that, people are now experts, all of this that you see what social media has produced. I don't care what you see in any of that. You got to understand that network marketing has been the foundation for all of that you see on these social media platforms. For people to understand what residual, to understand what that means, unless they were in my industry of insurance, nobody really understood what residual income is. So you've got to understand that if you want to be able to build that retirement, you want to be able to supplement your retirement, you've got to be able to have something that you're going to be able to make money when you are not actually physically doing it. You do something one time and you get paid on it over and over. So understanding the importance of respecting our industry. There are proven, documented methods and tools that go along with our industry. A lot of times, because people have this opinion of our industry, they don't know that there are professionals like Gina and Steve and Onyx Cole and all of the other leaders that you've seen here. They don't understand that these people have been able to exercise those muscles of building relationships and talking to people and knowing how to edify and knowing how to celebrate people. It is a gift to put on events like you see. And speaking of events, I'm talking about it now. This is it, convention. We're going to show the slides here, but you've got to understand, being in front of, the opportunities of to be around the leadership, to be in the environment, to network with others that are doing the same thing you're doing, to share the stories so that you can build your belief system there. So the tools that we're talking about, let me go ahead and share my screen here, because I do want to pop into the tools that are here for us at Quantum Field. Yes, indeed. So, okay, pop back over here. So here we are. All right. So now, I talked just a moment briefly about, you being able to go to manager, right? Understand, why do you want to look at that now? Okay, well, there is an opportunity for you to earn income, extra income. And yes, you see it says April 30th, and today is the 29th. But guess what? People have advanced to this position in manager in one day, in a couple of hours. If you put your mind to it, if you focus on it, some of you guys have a Rolodex in your phone that's out of this world, right? You want to be able to understand that your phone is your lifeline to your business. So I know that you have people in there. So if you got an idea about, okay, I'd like to make this $100 bonus. How do you get it? By going to the position of manager. And going to that position, you simply need to make sure that you enroll as a gold, right? Definitely got to do that. Get your gold package. And you also want to make sure that you enroll 2 on your left and 2 on your right that are silvers. And then that makes you a manager. If you can see right here, if you are able to help someone do that, there's $50 for you on the table. So this is what I encourage you to do as soon as we get off. Go into your back office, log in and see, where people are in your business. There might be somebody that just needs one person. It may be someone that just needs to upgrade, right? And also the promotion for going to director, right? Earn an extra $200 if you advance to the director position. And let me go, I wanted to pull it up right over here. Let's see, here we go. It was I love this slide that I could show you, this one right here. There we go. Okay, so that you can see, hope you guys can see that there. You can see, I'm looking at my phone to make sure I'm not If everybody can see it. Okay, great. So that you can see, thank you, Beth, for saying that you could, that you can see right here what you need to do to go to manager, right? So we're talking about a 90-day goal push here to senior director. But the foundation to our business is manager. Simply, you need to have 110 personal volume. That's 2 packs of the X39, right? Silvers, like I said, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and that makes you a manager. Needs to be your focus tonight. If you're not, you've got until tomorrow night to complete that. Think about who you can help, right? Think about who needs this. Think about who may be looking for extra income in this economy that we're talking about. You want to be in an environment where people are not focused on the doomsday. They're not focused on the recession. And that's what, why you'll be able to move forward with that. Okay. You're not able to see, I see I got a text saying you're not able to see the slides. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me come back and see here. Let me stop share and share it again. Okay. And if you all can just give me a thumbs up if you can see the positions here. Can you see it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. My apologies. Okay, all right, technology, we're still winning here. So yes, as I was saying, as for manager, you need 2 silvers on the left and 2 silvers on the right, okay? And then your next focus from that is director. So we talked about the money that you could earn, the $50 if you advance to manager and the $200 for advancing to director. So here is just simply, you want to do the same thing, except you're going to help 2 people advance to manager just like you did. So you have 2 managers, 1 on your left and 1 on your right. That's what your focus wants to be on that. So now let me go back to the slides here, and I want to make sure you guys can still see them. Okay. Great. So, okay, here we go. It popped up there. Okay, I see it's not showing there. 1 second, guys. Here we are. Okay, so back to this. We talked about that. I'm going to pull it on the PowerPoint there. Now, how do you advance to senior director? Okay, so we saw the slides there, what it needs. I love this. I love this. I love this. Us having what we call a binary business model in this industry of direct sales. Okay. Binary business model. Everybody can see the slides. Great. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love how Steve says it. 20 on the left and 20 on the right. There is a tendency, well, let me say just in general, right? Especially today, we want everything simple. We live in this microwave society. We put everything, I mean, you don't even have to wait hours for anything to be cooked anymore. You can pop it in the microwave. You don't have to wait on pain to go away. You can pop a pill. We don't have to wait to even travel to the west, from the east to west coast. We can hop on a plane and be there in a couple of hours or so. Everything is fast. But we do have to understand that there's a balance to that. In life, there's something called seed time and harvest. You're not going to just enroll, like we say, some people peak at sign up. You're not going to just enroll in this and all of a sudden, boom, it happens if, again, you don't put the activity in. And sometimes people say, I've literally had people say to me, well, where are the rest of the people? It's like, well, how many people are you talking to? How many people have you enrolled, right? This is the diagram. For you to set yourself up for success, you have to understand that this is a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Everything is about the numbers. Why? Because everybody is not going to be ready when you want them to be ready. They may have all good intentions. that yes, they're going to do this. They're going to, I've had them tell you, I'm going to, who are you? Where position are you? This is in my life now. I'm being in this industry. Okay, that position. Oh, you at that position. Oh, I'm about to blow you up. You're going to be a trillionaire. All of these things I've heard from people. But when you see that it actually takes you the time to sit here and make your list, you have to be able to do that to be able to enroll 20 on your left and 20 on your right. So let's talk about what do you need to do and why you need to build that list, okay? So as we can say, put 20 on your left and put 20 on your right, but how are you going to do that? Well, I always suggest to people, you can get a spiral notebook like this or a composition book like this. I suggest this versus a legal pad, because the legal pads, the sheets, they tear off, right? You want to make sure that you use something that your pages are going to be bound. Okay, now I know we're in technology age. I know we're high tech and we've got our iPads and phones and all that. But there is, you can look it up yourself. There is proof. There's direct connection when you take a pen and you write, right? There's some type of way God did it with our brains. There's a greater memory, a chance of you remembering things and associating things when you write it down. Plus, we can't always rely on technology, just as we saw, things happen. So it's best to be able to get you a book that you can jot. Plus, you can have one, if you got it by your bed, in your kitchen, wherever, your car, wherever, you want to be able to have it that you can move without, having to plug and power things up. So how are you going to make this list? There are different things that you could do. You could go to Google the word memory jogger. Okay, memory jogger. These memory joggers are going to remind you of people that you know. Now, you can sit down with the person that enrolled you or the person on your team that on the team that's your leader, and you can go through and remember, like, who is your hairstylist, who is your doctor, who is are your children's teachers, are your children in associations or like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, or they play team sports, right? Especially in our business with team sports. With injuries and things, who could not use these patches? So you want to begin to think of who do you see every time you go to the grocery store, what have you? Who is your accountant? Everybody has stem cells, y'all. There is no limitation on who could be your prospect for this, okay? In addition to you thinking of that, now you want to be able to go through your phone. Most of us have contacts in our phone. Most of us keep the contacts in our phone, right? So you want to be able to go through your phone. And once you go through your phone, you want to be able to pull up the names that you see, that you know, and you want to go from A, start at A. Now, there's a certain thing that's called prejudging. I'm telling you, I promise you, with my years of experience, that prejudging has come back to haunt me. Because what do I mean by that? You pick up, you see a person's name here and you say, oh, that person is not going, no, they're not going to be one. Oh, no, they're not going to want to do this. Oh, no, she has, you go through all these stories that you've created and you're trying to create and you're trying to spend somebody else's money because you think, oh, no, they can't afford this. You don't know. So the best thing for you to do is to write that person's name down. So literally, you want to go through your phone from A to Z, not skipping a person, because you want to be able to include them in this, right? That's how you're going to be able to have 20 people, enroll 20 people on your left, 20 people on your right. You've got to have a list. I know we say 100, a minimum of 100, but I'm just going to tell you, you really need more than 100. Most of us know 500 folk on a first name basis. We might think that we don't, especially today with social media. You really, really do. Understanding that it is a numbers game, you've got to be able to increase your numbers. If you don't see the activity that you want, it's from the numbers. I can't stop saying that. So you're making your list. You're going through your phone. You're going to use those memory joggers. You are going to use a book like this and a pen and write the names down, right? Or if you're one that like to do the high tech and keep up notes and all that, that's great. You could do that on there or on your spreadsheet or what have you, but still you need to keep, the list there so that you can remember to follow up. And remember, I was talking about using your business and scheduling. Like, you have to have meetings on your job, you follow up on the job, you have things that you have to remember. Well, you need to do the same thing with following up with those persons. They tell you, call me back, put it down. Because most people, we say the fortune is in the follow-up. Most people don't follow up with the person you make the initial contact with. And what happens when you see down the road, like I said, with that example of your neighbor being enrolled by their cousin, what have you, those people that you may have made the initial contact with, if you didn't follow up with them for one reason or another, right? I'm gonna tell you the secret. Just because you mention it to someone, they're not just thinking, oh, I can't wait to get back to Kim because she told me about this. People are experiencing life. And life today is a lot going on. So it's not necessarily means that they are, ignoring you. Sometimes they are, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, right? It's just the fact that it's a lot going on. And sometimes you have to give those gentle reminders to people, maybe the text or what have you. So that's what we want to focus on, by creating that list to make sure you're enrolling those 20 people on your left and 20 people on your right, because like I said, it's a numbers game, Now, what is our method here? Our method is to patch 3 people a day, 3 people a day. So if we've made our list, again, you see the importance and the foundation of having the list, because now you're able to work your business. Like, this is how we work. Baseball players hit a ball with a bat. That's how they work. This is how we work with our list. It's our lifeline. I can't express that enough. Now, you're going to go through that list as you're calling those individuals. This is how you're enrolling them. The 20 on the left, 20 on the right. You're going to look at 3 people a day that you want to literally patch. That can be a literal patch, right? Like I said, it could be maybe you make an appointment to get to them. Maybe it's somebody you meet out, because we do have the tools, the envelopes, and all those things that we use as well. I didn't have one out to pull out real quick here. But we have the envelopes here that we can get from the Bill 331 website. I want to pull it up, but I'm scared to go back to the site with the way it wasn't showing the screen the last time. But we have these envelopes that you can get. You can put your name on them, your phone number and website, so that's for people that you meet out and about. You could give it to people that you know as well, because it's got the instructions and all that on there. 3 people, maybe you're calling, in the numbers game now, you call 3 people. That doesn't mean you're going to get 3 people right away. So again, increase the numbers of your calling so that you can get to those 3 people, right, in a day. So it's patching 3 people where it is contacting them. You're going to drop something in the mail to them. Like I said, you make an appointment with them, or you saw somebody out, and then follow up. I just talked about the importance of follow up. You're following up with those individuals. You want to make sure that you're doing that. Hey, did you get the patches? What's going on? Let's go ahead and get you enrolled. Those patches that I sent, they're not a sample. Now, I know sometimes we might use the sample. I learned in the beginning, don't say sample. Everybody is different. Sometimes, certain ethnic groups, we have, different cultural differences. And I know I learned I can't say sample, right? Because if I say sample, that means that's like a piece of cake. Like, you can have somebody sample a piece of buttermilk pound cake, right? It's either going to be good or it's not, right? Okay, it's time for prayer. Sorry about that. It's either going to be good or it is not. So when you look at something like that with you sample buttermilk pound cake, it's going to taste good or not, right? But it's someone putting a patch on. They put a patch on. My goodness. You can't necessarily tell from 2 to 3 patches. So if they don't get a woo, the world is not rocked in 2 to 3 patches. They're thinking word sample in their mind, and then they're thinking it's not going to think. So I try to encourage everyone that I help and support to say, hey, These are going to jumpstart you. These 3 or 2 or whatever, this is just a way to get you started before your pack comes. I try to set that expectation there. You need to wear them in at least 90 days, right? So when your follow-up, you're following up with them, say, hey, yeah, is this the time to go ahead and place the order? Let's go ahead and get you started, or what have you, or you're following up with people that have already placed the order. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. This is the system that we're talking about. 3 people a day you're patching, following up with 3 people a day, and you want to be able to, one is inviting one person to the presentation. Now, 1, it doesn't sound like a lot. 3 doesn't sound like a lot, but everything adds up. Like Honest talks about, it's over time. She doesn't expect, she says she doesn't expect things to happen right now, but in a month, within 2 months, within 3 months. So you got to understand that concept there, okay? We talked about the goals here. Another thing I want to get into, and I've got some people on the line, we want to take a few more minutes here, and we want to talk about the importance of how do you communicate to these people? How do you reach out to these so that you could get the 20, the people on your list, the 20 on your left and 20 on your right. So, and there is a concept called 3-way phone calls, okay? 3-way phone calls within this concept, and here it is. So 3-way phone call is extremely important, guys. So if somebody can just send me a thumbs up, let me know that it's showing on the screen. We're not having any difficulty. You can see a triangle on the screen. Anybody can just say, let me know that it is showing there for you. So I'm assuming it is showing. I don't see any text coming in saying that it's not. Okay, perfect. Oh, you don't see it? Okay, let me see, resume. Okay. Righty. Okay, how about it now? You see this 3-way now? Okay, can you see it, Mike? I'm just waiting on you. Still don't see it? Anybody see the triangle there? Oh, okay, let me stop, do what I did again. And share it again. Okay, you see it? Can y'all see it now? Awesome. Okay, perfect. All right. I see, this is proof that you need to use a pen and paper. You can't always depend on this technology. So now, how are we going to get to the people? This is like old school for some people, and we take it for granted. A lot of times we think people know these things, but it's really, really important. And I'm going to ask for a disclaimer up front. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings or anything. I know you are loved. I know you are very successful. I know that everybody comes to you for information. I know that. But let me tell you what I have learned in 35 plus years, that people see you in ways that you don't know they see you. And a lot of times we might think that because we're excited about something, that is enough to share, with people that we love and care for. Because, right, we went through the phone, we put down the people that we know, right? So we put all these people that we know, and you got to think about, how do people know you? Many times they put us in a box, okay? They know if you are a doctor, they know if you are a teacher, they know if you are a bus driver. Now you're going to start talking to them about a business. They don't know you as a business owner. Now you're going to start talking to them about a patch, stem cell. What? They've heard stem cell perhaps maybe on the news or seen it come through, on the internet. But now what do you know about stem cells? That's what people are thinking. I know you didn't know they were thinking like that, but that's what a lot of people think. So a lot of times when we start calling the people on our list, we're super excited and trying to tell them about it. But because they have put us in this box, they can't always receive the information from us. Anybody married out there, right? You know it. It's no difference from you can, let's say if you and your husband or you and your wife, you guys are deciding what wall you're going to paint, what color you want to paint it. One color is and one for the wife, one for the husband, and you can't come to agree on it. And you have your idea, you go to Home Depot, and what happens? It's a nice clerk there that says, oh yeah, you should paint it blue. And that's the one that the other spouse said. And so now you got this third party who's saying the same thing you've been saying the whole time. And now they're like, oh, great idea. Like it's a whole new idea. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's the same thing, the same way it is with our friends. Now, another reason why I'm sharing this and bringing this back is because many of you guys, or like myself, have been a part of several opportunities. And you might feel like, oh God, how can I call people now? What am I going to say now? Because I've called them about this, I've called them about that, I've called about this, right? So you definitely understand the importance of you being able to use a third party. Now, what happens when I talk about using these three-way phone calls and using a third party? This is you that you see right here in the middle, okay? This is your prospect, or these are your prospects, the people on your list. Between you and the people on your list is what we call trust. It's friendship. That's why direct sales, network marketing, MLM, word of mouth, affiliate. That's why that is the best form of advertising, because there is a relationship there. There is trust. People know, right? It's better than anything. Okay. Now, the problem is a lot of times, like I said, there's trust here, but there's not that level of respect in that same way that you think they might respect you. So that's when you have to have a third party come in as the expert. And so between you and the expert, what you're going to be able to do, and guess what? Anybody could be an expert. Like you could have fun with your partners, your brand partners that you enroll with. Some of you all got started together. I could call somebody to join today and teach them this, and they could do a three-way call for me. It's all about how you properly set it up and understanding that business is about psychology. Marketing is about psychology, right? And this is all the psychology behind it. So you have between you and the expert, this person that you're making the expert, there is going to be something called edification, something where you are going to brag on that person. You're going to speak highly of that person. You're going to let your prospect, your family member, your friend, whomever, you're going to let them know that this is someone that knows what they're talking about. Now, usually you need to make sure you're hitting on 4 topics, because I kind of alluded to it a moment ago, but those dominant personality types, people are money motivated. They love helping people. Some people, just need the facts, just give it to me in black and white, keep it short. And what I say, money motivated, helping people, love having fun. If this begins to look like something painful, you tell them they got to be somewhere sharp on a dot, you might not get that person because that's not their dominant personality. So when you're edifying this expert, you need to know what this dominant personality is of your friend. So if you know that they're money motivated, you're going to edify this expert as, man, this person is totally documented. This person is making some money. This person is positioned themselves of making a lot of money, right? You've got to be able to push those buttons so that you can build, as you see right here, trust between your prospect and the expert. All you want them to do is to be able to listen to the same information you've been trying to tell them, or you would tell them, but they can't hear it because it's the familiarity is too close. Okay, so what we want to do, I'm going to stop sharing, and I want to bring Michael, if y'all could go ahead, and Carrie. We're going to do a couple of role playing right here, just for a few minutes. And let me stop my share. And you can unmute yourself, Mike and Carrie. Let's see, I think you guys have been made co-hosts already. Let's see. There you go.
Sure.
Carrie.
Alrighty.
Okay. Carrie, are you on screen there? Okay.
No, I can't be on screen right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. So I see you guys there. So Mike, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do an example of three-way phone call. All right. I am going to be the brand partner. Carrie, I want you to be the guest, the prospect, and Mike, if you can be the expert. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we've talked about what we want to do as far as I know Carrie. Carrie is actually, she's been a good friend of mine for a number of years. I know, and so let me set up the call, okay? Now, these are key things that you want to remember when you're doing this call. It's always good to text your expert. So I would have at this moment, I would have either called Michael, I would have texted him, say, hey, Michael, I'm working my business now, because remember, you schedule time for your business. Michael, I'm working my business. Are you available to do some three-way phone calls, right? So I would have done that prior to that, right? Or I would have texted him prior to that, okay? The next thing is when I call my Miss Carrie here, okay? I'm going to call Carrie, and I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I'm just going to tell her that I'm really excited about some things. And Carrie, we're going to go ahead and start that. And I want you to take a note, because what happens often with the three-way calls, people get excited and they start talking, giving all the expert information. So what's the point of bringing your expert on the line, right? So Miss Carrie, are you in position now? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I've already called Michael. Michael is ready. And another thing is, I'm not going to have Mike on the phone. This is psychology here. He's busy. I'm not going to have him waiting to call my prospect. He's the man. So my prospect needs to know, hey, it's a privilege and an opportunity to be able to talk to Michael. So I get Carrie on the phone. Ding, 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 ring. Carrie, how you doing, girl?
Hey, Deborah, how are you?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I hadn't talked to you in a minute. Everybody's good in the family?
Yes, we're all doing good. What about yours?
Oh, we are blessed. I'm just grateful, sis. But listen, I know you're busy, girl, and I'm not going to hold you, but I just got to tell you, I am so excited about this new technology I just came across. And girl, the testimonies, I've got it for my husband, and it's helping us in so many ways. But before I go into all the deep details on that, I do have an opportunity for you to talk to one of the top people in this company that's helping me. And he's having a lot of success, sidebar. I know Carrie is money motivated. Okay. So I'm going to say I'm back in character now. Carrie, he's having a lot of success. I mean, he's, made a lot of money over the number of years. And I really, really look forward to being able to work with him, because he's so documented, in this field.
Well, what is this all about?
Girl, it is a company that is called Lifeway. But let me back up, guys. Let me get out of character. Let me back up. I'm glad you said this, Carrie, because what I would do is call her and tell her how excited I am about this opportunity. I would do that. I would also share with her the videos from the app, and definitely I would tell her to go to starx39.com. Okay, very important. I do that because Michael Bridges' time is very important, right? Whoever your expert's time, that could be anybody. Like I said, it could be someone that just got started. Everybody's busy, but you have to make sure that you let your expert know this. So I would have sent her this information prior to, so that she could have a point of reference of what this is. So now this is my follow-up call back with her. Carrie, did you watch the video?
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched the majority of it.
Okay, great. Carrie, I'm going to find out from her because I don't want to waste the time. But Carrie, listen, do you see how this could be a blessing for you or an opportunity for you and your family?
Well, I'm definitely interested in knowing more about it. It sounds like a really interesting product.
Okay, great. Carrie, listen. I couldn't really do justice because, like I said, I just got started, but I'm really working around some of the best people, some of the top people in this industry. And I do have the privilege. I'm going to try to catch him. His name is Mr. Bridges, and see if I can catch Mr. Michael Bridges on the line. And I just want to see if he could just take a few minutes just to share more about it with you so that you can hear it the way I heard it. Okay, Carrie. So hold on one moment. Now, I am not going to ask Carrie, do you have time? Because what is Carrie going to say? Most likely she going to start sliding back and him in the home. But no, I'm going to take control of my business. I don't want her to, to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and say, Carrie, let me get him on the phone. All right. So in the meantime, I three-way Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Deborah, what's going on?
Oh, everything's great. Listen, I have a young lady, Carrie Morgan, on the line. I would tell you she is a money motivated person. She's in pharmaceutical sales, right? And we've been knowing each other for a number of years, right? So I just, anything else I left out you need to know about her? That's about all you need to know, isn't it?
Money motivated.
And money motivated, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over. I click over, merge the calls. So y'all, please don't tell me you don't know how to work your three-way. You can go to YouTube. I'm out of character right now. You can go to YouTube and figure out how to do a three-way phone call on an iPhone or Android. It's very easy. Or ask one of your, children or somebody, but you can do it, okay? So now I've merged the call. I have Carrie on the line and I have Michael on the line. Are you there, Carrie?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Bridges, you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
All right, awesome. I got you guys on. I'm so excited for you to have the opportunity to speak to Mr. Bridges, Carrie. Like I told you, he's doing incredible things in this industry. And so, Carrie, please meet Mr. Bridges. Mr. Bridges, this is Carrie.
All right, how you doing, Carrie?
All right, now one thing, I'm hopping out of character here. This is what I am going to do. There's a button on your phone called mute. You want to mute your button. Again, the tendency is to hop in. Tell them about this. Be sure to tell them about that. And all that edification you did of your expert, when you're interrupting, you never know. Your expert might have a train of thought of where they want to go with the conversation based on them talking to that person, right? So you want to make sure that you are taking the time to mute your phone so that you don't accidentally interrupt, right? And go ahead. I muted my phone. Back in character.
All right. How you doing, Carrie?
I'm doing great. What about yourself?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful. Sitting out here looking at the beautiful sunshine. Yes, yes. Hey, just want to take a few minutes of your time and of my time. But Miss Deborah did tell me that you are in pharmaceuticals. But one thing that I want to share with you, I know that you and Deborah are good friends, but Deborah Hartnett is doing has gotten involved in an awesome industry, which are the stem cells industry. And she is tearing this opportunity up. She's bringing people in front of the...
Pause it right there. Yes. So we're running, we're just kind of moving through because I want to keep the time as it is. So perfect. So this is where your truth comes in. So now you heard Michael Bridges, I edified him. Now what is happening? He's now telling my friend, oh, she's doing, what? Oh, I didn't know she was doing that. So he's now saying, the success of what I'm doing. Y'all, this is all psychology, right? So that again, that's going to make that person say, oh, okay, well, especially if they have their money motivated, they might be a little competitive. Okay, let me see what's going on. Let me see how I can really have some success at this as well. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so real quickly, timing is of the essence. And did you take the opportunity to look at the Start X39 video that Ms. Hartnett sent you?
Oh, yeah, I looked at the videos ever sent.
Okay, all right. And I'm sure you saw some things that actually motivated you to actually take this call with me, right?
Yeah, it looks really interesting. I definitely want to know more.
Okay, good. Well, you know what? The patches are definitely not on trial. We're in an industry that non-competitive. So you got an opening to share. Not only that, everybody you know have stem cells, correct? Because they're living, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good, good, good. Listen, this is what I want to do real quickly, because
Mm-hmm.
in this industry, you can make up to $25,000, not a month, but a week.
A
Did you
week?
hear me? $25,000 a week. I didn't say that's what you're going to make the first week. That's what you can make
Mm-hmm.
up to. So this is what I want to do. Please open up your schedule for Monday evening at 8 o'clock. Are you Eastern time, Central time, or Pacific time?
Eastern.
Okay, cool. 8 o'clock Eastern time, we are going to have a Zoom presentation where you can get full information about
Mm-hmm.
product, the company, and the compensation, all in about 35, 40 minutes. So if you can take that time out on Monday at 8 o'clock, you might
Mm-hmm.
want to jump on about 5 minutes before, because you're going to probably see about 400 or 500 people on a Zoom. Now think about that. 400 to 500 people on a Zoom on a Monday night. So take this opportunity and just be serious about it. So what I want to do, Ms. Hartnett is going to give you that information. And hey, I
Mm-hmm.
love to see you on the Zoom on Monday, and we can talk again either Monday night or Tuesday morning. Okay.
Oh, great. I'll be on
All
there.
right. Great talking to you. Okay. And have a great day. Okay.
You too, Mr.
All
Bridges.
Thank
right.
you so much, Mr. Bridges. Okay. All right, awesome. So, and sometimes we would take as the expert, we might take a little bit more time to get to
Yeah, I saw
get
the
to
time
know
getting
the
real short.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just keeping it in short. We'll take a little bit more time to get to know them, so that we can do something to relate to them as well. Also, I want to make sure that you notice once Michael, the expert, whomever your expert is, gets off that phone. The other tendency that people normally have is, oh, they start talking, girl, yeah, did you hear this? And blah, blah, blah. And then Carrie's going to start asking me questions. So Deborah, is it really like that? So Deborah, tell me that again takes away from the benefit of having the expert. So what do you want to do? When I get back on the phone with Carrie, girl, I'm so excited that you're going to be able to join. I'm sending you information right now. I know you're busy. I got to get back on the phone. I got to call some more people as well. So we'll talk soon, and I'll follow back up with you and send you a reminder text about Monday. Okay? I think you still there? All right. Thank you, Carrie. So that's it. I get off the phone right away and I'm on to the next call. That way I'm working my list. I'm not taking time away from my list and doing, the activity that I need to do so that I can reach more people. And I'm not messing up all of the edification and all the work that I put in edifying Carrie there as well. Okay. So, that's what we wanted to talk about. I hope you got a good example there of what a three-way phone call is as well. So now I want to switch back to these slides here, and I hope that you can see them. So Carrie, stay on for me so you can tell me if you can see the slides there. Someone can just make sure. I want to make sure it's showing. Mike, or if anyone can send me a text right away. Okay, everybody see them? Okay, thank you. All right. So here, as we talked about the goals that we had, let me just make sure I cover everything about this convention. Don't want to miss anything. Especially missing this. August 18th through the 19th, we are going to be in Tampa. What a great name. This is it, y'all. This is it. Tampa, Florida. Our keynote speakers are Onyx Cole, Steve and Gina Merritt, and all of the team leaders here. And we want you to plan to attend with you and your team. Make sure you get registered. You can go to thisisitconvention.com, or you can scan this QR code that you see right here on the screen and make sure things are not there in the way so that you can see that. Thisisitconvention.com. You want to be there August 18th, 19th. This is a part of you being in business. If you, again, had your Subway franchise, I couldn't think of a modern franchise. I'm sorry, y'all. But whatever business you have, you're not going to miss these type of events. Again, it's really important that you register for this. This is how you can connect with us on social media. here, startx39.com, that website. You guys, if you haven't seen that you should go to that site. Everything, that's the site that we use. We don't use the other sites to promote. The only site we use to share with our prospects is startx39.com. It makes sense to use it because it's been put there for us to use it by Onyx Cole, but it makes sense because all the information you need is there. It's very simple, it's very direct. It can be for any type of prospect. There's everything that you need on there, as far as testimonials, all the documentation on the clinical trials, the clinical studies, and everything that was done on that. Make sure that you connect with us through Facebook, YouTube. Every week, everything, the trainings that we do are all recorded. It's all there. You don't have to ask every week, well, is it recorded? It's always uploaded to Onyx Cole's YouTube channel. So you make sure you get connected through there as well. We talked about the build331.com. That's your resource there. Again, that's the website, StartX39. Again, that's where you're going to use that. I kind of talked a little bit about these envelopes. These are the tools that you can get from Build 331 so that you can build your business there. And speaking of Build 331, there it is. We talked about the global manager, director of the book of May, Be Obsessed or Be Average. Who wants to be average? Grant Cardone. That's Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. We talked about the convention. This is it. And Monday, y'all, look at here. Isn't it a beautiful couple? Learn about the new stem cell technology by none other than David and Heather Warden. Want to make sure Monday, 8 p.m. We are there every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, but you want to be there. It's going to be some special information shared that you do not want to miss. You want to have your prospects on there, do those three-way calls to have your prospect invited there. Then turn around Wednesday, another incredible event. Of course, the same YouTube, same Zoom station as Zoom link rather. So Wednesday, Steve and Gina Merritt and Onyx Cole will be on for Wednesday. We know they're going to have a lot of great information to share with us. And then May 10th in West Palm Beach, a live opportunity event. Oh, I want to come down and look at the trees, y'all. Don't you want to be there? You know, who do you know in West Palm? It's time to call them, time to start calling them now. That's going to be our opportunity meeting at West Palm. It's going to be at the Hilton, as you can see there on the screen as well. And then, as always, our weekly events as a recap: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Thursday nights, our Spanish meeting that's done by our awesome Michael and Sahi Hernandez. So you definitely want to make sure you tune into that as well. So with all that said, I want to thank you for this opportunity to share this space and time with you. And I want to wish you and yours the best at everything great. And thank you so much, Lonnie, as always, for your help today. Y'all have a great week. Do those three-way phone calls. Make your list. And don't be prejudging folk in your phone. Go ahead and put them down on that list and get to it.